everybody, this is John Franklin Reviewer, and I am back with another anniversary movie. This anniversary movie came out October 10th of 2003, 15 years ago for this movie, and it is Kill Bill Volume 1. So what exactly is this 15-year-old movie all about right now? Well, this movie is actually about a character named the Bride who needs to get revenge on some deadly assassins. What exactly did I like about this movie? Well, let's just start off with your main character, who is the Bride, played by Thurman. Now, I gotta be honest, she is such a wonderful actress. I've always actually liked her, ever since Pulp Fiction and anything else that she's really been in. She always brings the goods, and I gotta be honest, it's a fun, she's such to a point, a cutie pie, but not in this movie. She's definitely a killing machine in this film, I gotta be honest. And she really knows how to use those samurai swords, and her performance was probably definitely top notch on that. Another character I want to talk about is Lucy Liu's character, Retta. She is one of the deadly assassins. So the thing with her character is that, well, of course, her being one of the responsible people that tried to kill the Bride, but that didn't quite work out there. Well, she's actually in Japan, and she pretty much took over the entire country of Japan there. So the thing is that she has these interesting characters I got to talk about called the Crazy 88. Pretty much they all wear like these little black masks and all this, samurai swords, they wear black clothes and all that, and they pretty much can kick your ass. But just, Lucy Liu, she's always fun to bring onto the big screen or even the small screen and all that, no matter what she's been in. I think I've always liked most of her performances too, and she does a wonderful job as a deadly assassin in this. Another character I want to talk about is actually one of Lucy Liu's bodyguards, a character named Gogo. Now, she's a 17-year-old girl who dresses up in a school outfit. Well, I gotta be honest, she's a very cute girl, but my God, she is such fucked up in the head there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. If you haven't seen this movie, I'm just going to tell you right now, in the middle of my review here, you got to check out this. Just for her performance and Thurman's performance, and some of the other people are really good in this too. Other people that I really, really like or want to mention is Vivica Fox. Now, she's really fun to watch in this here. I really enjoy, honestly, she's another one like Lucy Liu that she brings, her acting chops, no matter if it's a big part, small part, medium-sized part, whatever, she always brings the goods, I gotta be honest. And I like her, again, as an actress, too. Now, the action scenes, this is definitely one of the most bloodiest movies I've seen. Maybe not just by Quentin Tarantino, it's not even a horror movie, but just overall, this is would definitely be in my top 10 of like bloodiest movies out there in cinema, I gotta be honest. Again, action, horror, whatever out there. Okay, I'm going to talk about the fight scenes, and I should have said this at the beginning of the film, at the beginning of my review here, that I'm gonna sprinkle in a little bit of spoiler reviews with some of these fight scenes, so if you really don't want to hear, if you haven't seen the movie and you really want to see the movie here, then I'd say just skip the rest of this review, because even in the negatives, there's gonna be some sprinkles here too. So in the very first fight scene, there is the Bride and Vivica Fox's character. I cannot remember her character's name, so I'm just unfortunately going to be using the actress's name in this. And besides, I won't be saying her name that much anyways. But whenever the Bride and Vivica Fox's character get into a fight at Vivica Fox's house, what a fight. What a deadly fight. I mean, it just starts off with Thurman rings the doorbell. Here comes Vivica Fox's character. She opens up the door. They pretty much lock eyes. Bride comes out of nowhere and just punches her in the nose or between the eyes, and they just start fighting. And Vivica Fox, no matter if it was her or a stunt woman, she actually really, that was actually a really cool scene. Some of the kicks that she does, some of the throwdown that goes down. But what kind of made me laugh was in the middle of this fight here, keyword middle here, just so you guys know, keyword middle, that they have to start the fight because Vivica Fox's daughter, the school bus pulls up right in front of her house. Her daughter comes in. Both of them have a knife. So there was a knife fight going along with some fists there too. They both have to hide the knife behind their back there, and the little girl's like, "Mommy, what's going on?" and all that. Of course, Vivica A. Fox is saying about, you know what, the damn dog came in here and just, ruined everything in the living room here. Well, technically not really. I mean, both women had blood all over their face and some on their clothes and all of that. But anyways, they kind of pushed the story a little bit. The little girl goes away, put her book bag away, goes up to her room or anything. Vivica A. Fox and the bride decide that, you know what, let's go in the kitchen, let's try to be civilized about this. Well, unfortunately, 4 years too late to be civilized. But they try to talk about, maybe for about 2-3 minutes. Well, Vivica A. Fox decides to do something a little stupid, but unfortunately misses the bride when she tries to shoot her, shoots right behind her, just like a lot of action movies do. Oh, I just missed my hero, and then all of a sudden Thurman, gets her knife and pretty much throws the knife right at Vivica A. Fox right in her chest there. So that was spoiler number 1. Now spoiler number 2 is going to come with Lucy Liu's character. Now I mentioned her, and I mentioned about the crazy 88. Oh my God, just that Act 3, that fight scene, so fucking intense. That was insane, I gotta be honest, but I loved it. Definitely was one of those movies on the edge of your seat. But then you kind of think about how in the world, even though it being a movie, how did one woman be able to pretty much kick everybody's asses? Made me laugh on that. But whenever they get to Oren and the bride fighting each other, that was an interesting fight, I gotta be honest. Oh, sorry, before I get to that, I forgot to mention one more thing. The bride and Gogo get after each other. And Gogo, how psycho she is, she was a character that almost killed the bride. Now Gogo has like this chain and ball, which makes me laugh there. And the thing is, at one point, that Gogo was actually choking the bride with this chain, and it looked like the bride could have. I mean, it was one of those intense when you believe that the bad guys could have actually won during that scene. But the bride was able to find some kind of stick with a couple nails and stab Gogo right in her shoe there. And all of a sudden, I guess the nails, I believe that she gets the board with the nails end up, like, I guess maybe comes out of her shoe and ends up hitting her in the back of the head or something like that. I thought was interesting. So now getting back to Oren's here, Lucy Liu's character. So they're actually outside. It's very cold out there because it's snowing and all that stuff. But it was that scene alone with the fight scene was so beautiful. I really liked what it was. There was a little time where it was supposed to be an intense scene there that they're staring at each other, and then all of a sudden then they get back to the fight, and I'm like, it didn't have to take as long as it did. Again, maybe some stuff they could have taken out on that too. But the way that Oren ends up finally getting it, after it looked like it once again thought the bride was going to die by even Oren's hands here, well, what happens is that all of a sudden, all you see is that you see the two swords, that they run towards each other. You see the two swords clashing. Next thing you know, they just show one sword, one swinging around, but you have no idea. You kind of hear a scream. All of a sudden, you hear, you see hair flying and some skin flying, through the camera there, and all of a sudden it's Oren's hair, and all of a sudden you see the top, her top's all gone, the brain's sticking out and all that there, and then all of a sudden she just goes down on her knees and falls to the side there. And pretty much that is the end. There's like a few, maybe another 5 minutes on that or anything. But honestly, whenever she has to kill the crazy 88 Gogo and Lucy Liu, it's like, oh, that is so fucking intense. I loved it for what it was here. Now, what is it that I did not like about this film? Now, some of these are probably going to be more gripes, but I'm just calling them the dislikes anyways. First thing I got to talk about, just like I kind of talked briefly with the first fight scene with Vivica A. Fox. Now, I mentioned that she dies in this, and the thing is that what really bothered me was that she was wasted in this film. I talked about how much I love her acting chops, how much she does a good job, but she was wasted in this. Sure, great fight scene and all that, but the way she dies was not fun. But the biggest thing I didn't really like about her was we did not know much about her background. Yes, we know that she has a husband. During that scene, he's at work or wherever he's at. We know that she has a daughter, but the thing is that we don't know anything about how how she meets up with Bill. We don't see her killing other people. She's one of these deadly assassins, and we don't see really much about her, and that kind of bothered me a little bit. And then we'll kind of get to Oren's a little bit on that too, with her background there. Complete opposite, honestly. There was another deadly assassin that they showed in one scene that was, I can't remember what her name was or her code name or whatever, just she was one of the deadly Viper assassins or anything. The woman was Daryl Hannah. Now she's another good actress I really like, but she's in one scene and she's also wasted in this too. The scene starts off awesome, and then it starts, starting slowly go down and down and down, and then the ending fizzles. It's almost like one of those things, they still could have had the scene go, but they didn't even have to have her in it for this part, because really she is more in volume 2 than in this one, just the one scene. And it's almost like, I don't think it really would have bothered me if we didn't see anything about her other than the quick flashbacks that they keep showing, throughout, wherever the bride was, and, all these whole things with the wedding guest and all that. So the thing was that was like, she didn't need to be in there. Okay, so now let's get to Oren's background. That kind of bothered me. Once again, started off great, but it really finishes very, for me, weak and bored and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is that they really get into a lot of details, like probably about a good 15-20 minutes of the movie, and they actually tell it in Japanese anime. That's why I thought was kind of cool, because I do like a little bit of Japanese anime. I'm not out there, I'm not the hugest fan like a lot of people are, but I sit there and I'll watch some of that stuff there. And that's how they started off with her background. And the thing was, it was kind of cool. The violence maybe went a little over the top, but that's what a lot of times Japanese anime movies and shows will do and all that. And I think that's what kind of turned me off, why I got a little bored with some of her background, because they really went extra detail on this, and they could have, took a little bit of some of that detail, edited out, and put some of that towards Vivica Fox's character. I wanted to know how she met Bill and all that. We didn't get that. With this, they really don't talk about, I don't think they ever talk about how she met Bill, but at least they really give her a decent amount, and like I said, a lot of details in there. I was like, yeah. Now, bottom line, this was definitely a movie that was great performances here. Action was great. Loved the story. This has got to be Uma Thurman's, or at least one of one of her best performances. Not her best, but one of the best performances I've seen. And you know what? It's just another fun Quentin Tarantino movie. Even with all those negatives, it's still a fun, enjoyable movie here. Now, my rating on this is I'm going to go 3 out of 4 stars. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching another anniversary movie here. Now, if you actually like this review, or if you like previous ones here, and you haven't got a chance to subscribe, please subscribe to me, and then you can also get some more notifications on my next videos coming up and all that. And please hit the like button. If you have any comments, please share with your friends. I would appreciate that. And if you've seen this movie, what was your opinion about the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And as always, stay awesome.